What I'm told is that there is zero into it. Hey guys, welcome back on the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, many things to discuss, from Alphonso Davies to Pogba to Jonathan David, Neymar Jr. Let's jump into it together. And so guys, today many things to discuss, many points to touch, because the market is always, open. Obviously the transfer window is closed in Europe, but the links are there, the ideas are there, the interviews and the news are always around. And let me start with Paul Pogba, because last week we confirmed what I've been saying for weeks, and so that Paul Pogba was going to terminate his contract at Juventus and be a free agent. Pogba last week officially became a free agent, terminating his contract at Juventus. But we had in the last 3-4 days many rumors on Paul Pogba going to train with Manchester United at Carrington. It didn't mean that Pogba was returning to Manchester United, but we had several reports of Paul Pogba expected to travel to Manchester and work at Carrington in the following days or weeks under Ruben Amorim. I saw many social media stuff, many of you sending me this kind of information, sending me some pictures around of Pogba training with Kobe Mainoo, how special can be that, all this sort of content. But what I can confirm to you once again today is that Paul Pogba is not going to train at Carrington. Paul Pogba is not going to have any sort of contact with Manchester United for training, for a transfer, for a Pogback for the third time. No, what I'm told is that there is zero into it. Paul Pogba is not even planning to travel to Manchester in this moment of his life. He's in Miami, traveling a lot for several things of his career, of course, but Pogba is training on daily basis in Miami. So Pogba is working hard to return as soon as possible. Pogba will be, remember, allowed to train with the football club in an official way from January, and then March he can play official games, but Pogba is not in contact with Manchester United. So sources close to Paul Pogba deny this information, and also sources at Manchester United deny any contact to bring Paul Pogba back. Man United are going in completely different direction, guys. So it's not just about Pogba, it's just in general. Man United don't want to go for this kind of deals. What they did in the recent years, in the past few years, also signing several players with a different age, now Man United are going in a different direction. Young players, talented players, also players who are ready to play for Manchester United, but not signings like Paul Pogba. So this is not what Manchester United want to do. Completely different direction, and as I told you, with Ruben Amorim, he wants to bring intensity. So full respect for a player who has always been an important player for Manchester United history like Paul Pogba, but nothing into it, no contacts, and also Pogba is looking at different opportunities as a free agent. Many questions also on Neymar Jr. Let me start telling you that the news of Neymar Jr. returning to Santos was released from a very good journalist, Cesar Merlo in Argentina. I have massive respect for him, and what I can tell you is that I can confirm part of his information. Santos want Neymar. Santos want Neymar back, and for sure they dream of this fantastic comeback of Neymar Jr. But the agent of the player, Pini Zahavi, in a statement says that there are no contacts ongoing now for Neymar back to Santos. Remember that Neymar is still under contract at Al Hilal until the end of the season, so summer 2025, and at the moment they don't have any agreement to terminate the contract. So the agent of the player is playing down any guaranteed transfer of Neymar Jr. to Santos. What I can tell you today, is there a chance for Neymar to return to Santos? There is, because there is interest, obviously, from Santos to sign a superstar like Neymar. But at the moment, the agreement is being played down by the agent of the player. So we are not at the stage where we can say Neymar to Santos, here we go. Possibility in 2025? For sure. Guaranteed at the moment? No. On Neymar, I keep receiving questions about Barcelona, but guys, at the moment, I'm not aware of any contact or possibility for Barca to go for Neymar Jr. or to Neymar Jr. to return to Barca. This is not an information I have, even if he's going to be a free agent at the end of the season. On Barcelona, we have to mention Jonathan David, because once again, it's not the first time, but speaking again to The Athletic in the last 24 hours, Jonathan David confirmed that he's a big fan of Barcelona. He's the he was a Barca fan when he was a kid, so he has this dream of being a Barcelona player one day. But what I wanted to tell you today, first of all, about Barca, you know about that. Deco has been honest, as I told you. Barca are not working on a new striker signing now, because Barca will decide in 2025 what they want to do. The contract of Lewandowski is going to be extended for one more season, so we have to see what's going to happen between Barca and Lewandowski closer to the end of the season. Not in November, not in December. So Barca are not going to close any deal with Jonathan David or any striker now. Then, for Jonathan David, in general, the player has possibilities in Spain, the player has possibilities in Germany, the player has possibilities in Italy, where he's in the list of Juventus and Inter, and the player is in the list also of Premier League clubs. So Jonathan Davies has several possibilities. And Jonathan David, before deciding where he wants to go, apart from the appreciation he has for Barcelona, he wants to see the projects of these clubs. And in order to present the project, obviously you can do it now, but closer to the second half of 2025, so January, February, March, in that moment of the new year, you can present the vision for season 25-26 and for long term, because Jonathan David wants a long-term contract, wants obviously an important salary. When a top player moves on a free transfer, is part of the game to make this kind of request. So that's the situation around Jonathan David. Nothing is being decided now. The player spoke in public. The player mentioned his passion for Barcelona, but at the moment is not the time to make any agreement with Barca or any other club. And also the focus of Barca, remember about that, is on contracts. Pedri and Gavi next, working also to decide what's going to happen with Ronald Araujo and Frankie de Jong. At the moment, my understanding is Pedri and Gavi very advanced. Araujo and De Jong, still nothing to be reported, still nothing imminent, still nothing close, so we have to wait on those two. Barca are working on that, of course, but we are not at the final stages. That's what I wanted to say. It's not something negative, but it's just about the timing. And then on Alphonso Davies, guys. I keep receiving your questions, but in the last few days, I released an exclusive interview with Net Al-Huodse, the agent of the player, who said in a very clear way that at the moment, Alphonso Davies has not closed any agreement with any club. What's the situation with Real Madrid? Real Madrid want Alphonso Davies. Real Madrid have Alphonso Davies in their list, but Real Madrid have not closed any agreement in the sense of signing any contract and getting anything sealed with Alphonso Davies, because they're still making the strategy for 2025. It's going to be an important year for Real Madrid. New centre-back is expected to join. New right-back is expected to join. Remember the obsession they have with Trent Alexander-Arnold, but let's see if they can close the agreement with the player. Liverpool are still there trying to extend his contract. And then the left-back position, they have Ferland Mendy extending his contract. They have Fran Garcia. They have an option to recall Mikel Gutierrez. And then they have this possibility with Alphonso Davies. They have been working for months on Alphonso Davies. But before saying is done, Alphonso goes to Real Madrid, there is still work to do, there is still time to make things happen, and so this is why, from the player side, they've decided to go public and say that at the moment, Alphonso Davies has still no guaranteed agreement with any club, but of course, Real Madrid are still there. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories, from Neymar Jr. to Paul Pogba, which club should go for him, Jonathan David, potential free agent, which club should go for him? And then let me know also your opinion on Alphonso Davies, Real Madrid or any other club. Let me know here, guys. As always, remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Ciao.